Tarot, I do energy reading. I got this download and I channeled this. Look at this. I was showing him this because he said this to me on the phone. He was like, oh, it's like a to catch a predator thing. And I was like, oh my God, I downloaded this. But of course, like I had sent this to my friend before, so he just saw me saying that in a chat, you know? But also military planes started like becoming like a thing. Like my mods were seeing them, I saw them, and I was like, oh, how did he like know that, right? Well, then I go to Walmart. Remember I told you he was being very pushy, like, what are you doing? Call me, blah, blah, blah. So I finally get to Walmart and I call him. He's like, what are you doing right now? And I was like, I'm just picking up some groceries. And he's like, oh, okay, the Walmart parking lot? And I'm like, yeah. And he's just like, oh, you see that car next to you? I'm in there. Why would you say that to me? Especially if you're my friend and you know what I'm fucking going through and you know that I think I'm being trafficked and stalked by people and that I've been torturing myself and not eating and not sleeping and like making therapy appointments and like not working and like, are you fucking kidding? Why would you say that, dude? What's wrong with you? And so like I just nervous laugh, lean right into that fawning trauma response, and I'm just like, I didn't know you were like the Joker in real life, because I'm still hoping that like maybe he's being so obvious about it because he wants to confess. He actually wants to tell me, and at this point I'm like, to catch a predator. You know what I'm saying?
June of 2024, this tarot reader, who was a former friend of mine, came to me asking me for my help because she said she was being cyberstalked and hacked. And while we weren't on speaking terms, I actually had her blocked on all social media that I knew her accounts on. She reached out to me through Tumblr through a totally different account. And so we talked. And so I decided against my better judgment that I would try to help her out because I thought, since she has a very public platform, maybe something's happening. And despite us not communicating, if she's reaching out to me, maybe there's something there. So we talked. In June of 2024, exactly June 20th of 2024, by June 25th of 2024, I was already through talking with her again. It was the repeated pattern that had been our pattern for years, actually. Getting communication, talk for a few days, and then one of us blocks the other. Typically, it would be me blocking her because it's just a number of things that I didn't want to deal with. So, June 25th of 2024, that was the last time we openly, directly communicated. Turns out that she decides to go online to the police and to the courts to report that I am, in fact, the person that she feels she's been stalked by and has been hacked by through a variety of other online personas that she's been talking to over a course of years. She thinks that these accounts that she's been talking to are run by me. They were not. Didn't know they existed. I didn't know she talked to them until she told me in June of 2024. This video here is part of a series of videos that she put together to outline her proof that I am the person behind all of her misery, right? So in this particular video, I'm going to specifically address the claim that she makes that it's me trying to intimidate her by asking her what she's doing because she thinks that I'm watching her in real time through her phone's camera, listening to her in real time through her phone's microphone, knowing that she's thinking I'm the person all along. So at this point, she's had a friend do a background check on me, and she's talking with others about me being the person. And she thinks that I, being this person who's infiltrated her devices, am now worried and am calling her or messaging her, hey, what are you doing? Where are you at? Talk to me, call me. And this is when she tells me that she's at Walmart picking up groceries. Backstory. I do delivery for DoorDash and Walmart. I've been doing them for years, since 2021 and 2022, respectively. 2021 for DoorDash, 2022 for Walmart. Been doing it for years. She knows this. I've told her that numerous times. So this particular day in question, I actually did talk to her I do not believe, I'm almost positive I wasn't insistent on her calling me and wanting to find out what she's doing. But we did talk that day. And I do remember asking her, yeah, what are you doing? And she told me she was at Walmart picking up groceries. Oh, cool. Because at that exact same time in my state, I lived in California and she lived in North Carolina. Have never been where she lived. So I had no idea what she was doing. Was just saying, hey, what are you doing? I happen to be doing the same thing at my Walmart in my location. Again, I'm a deliverer for Walmart, so I'm picking up groceries to deliver. And I do this frequently throughout the day. So when she told me she was doing that, I said, oh, guess what? I'm at my Walmart in the delivery area. And she goes, oh, okay. And I said, so basically, I could actually be in the car next to you right now. I wasn't making a threat. I wasn't trying to be intimidating. I was actually highlighting the fact that we were doing the same thing at the same time. So literally, I could be in the same area as her doing, in the car next to her. Now, she did say something to the effect of as I was making a joke of some sort. And I said, no. And I really wasn't. Sincerely, I was actually saying, and I know I said this because I remember this, because I don't adhere to this. She believes that synchronicity is the key to life. Everything is synchronistic. Everything happens in relation to something else. So I don't believe that. We've had many discussions about that. I think that's a bad theology, a way to look at life. However, I pointed out to her, I says, no, you go about talking about synchronicity. This is a synchronistic moment, is it not? That was the only point I was making. Literally, I was surprised that I even picked up on it. I wasn't thinking about her having issues with me saying it in the way that she now frames it. So the other thing to that is, did I know that she was dealing with this whole thing about being hacked and stalked? Yes. But did I think that she was really where she's at now with it? No, I had no idea. I really didn't. I believe we had talked the night before, and I believe she told me she was looking to put it behind her, just not think about it, move on with her life. And I actually applauded her. Great idea. That's really the only thing you can do. Yet she comes on here, goes to the police, and runs this story, along with many others that I'm going to expose. So she also mentions to catch a predator. All right, so the influence of this, sometimes ignorance is just astounding. So to catch a predator, yes, I did say that to her, because this is the catchphrase of a show that ran for years. So many people have watched it. Chances are what she considered a spiritual download, per se, was probably influenced by this very show. Even if she watched it or didn't watch it, she knew about it. So when I made a statement of To Catch a Predator, and she says it matches what she got as a download, magical download,